People who have actually called the numbers written in bathroom stalls. What happened? Some guy answered the phone and after he said hello, I explained to him that his number was on the men's room stall at the bar I was at. He immediately started yelling off the cuff about his ex. What the F is that bitch doing? I swear I'm going to end her. After I calmed him down, he asked me where this was and I told him the name of the place. He apologized and asked if I could wait there. About 10 minutes later in walks this dude in a pizza uniform. Holy crap, it's just some kid. Him and I get to talking and he's telling me about his crazy ex-girlfriend who he found in bed with his dorm mate. After he caught her, she flew off the handle it seems. She tore up his microbiology final and threw his pet hamster across the room. The hamster did not survive. He goes on for a few minutes, and I'm even feeling slightly rage-filled about how much of a witch one person can be. I ask him if I can buy him a drink because, hell, he looks like he could use one. Sure, he replies. He called up his boss and told him he was taking a dinner break. This kid Steve tells me about how he can best get revenge on her. I come up with a plan. I ask Steve where his ex lives. I call the pizzeria he works with and order the house special, no mushrooms, because F mushrooms. But I tell them I want Steve to deliver them. Of course I give them her address. Steve runs back to the shop, picks up the pizza with instructions to return to me. Steve gets back about 45 minutes later. We get in his car and I tell him to drive me to her place. We get there and I tell him to just lean the seat back and stay hidden. I got this. I go up to the porch of the house and ring the door. Nothing. I waited a couple moments and rang again. I start looking around and happen to notice a curtain pushed open and a head looking out to the driveway. Suddenly I hear that mother effer is stalking me. I'm guessing she recognized the car. A couple of other loud voices seem to emanate from the other side of the house but I can't make out what they're saying. I hear a couple of loud footsteps and then the locks are unlocking from the door and what appears but this petite redhead, who, despite being in a fit of rage, is actually quite stunning. She started to yell, but quickly stopped when she realized that I was not Steve. I told her how I was the manager of the pizza place and heard that he broke up with her. How he had some pictures on his phone of her and I really wanted to get in touch with her as I had been recently divorced and that Steve was being a piece of crap at work and wanted to get revenge on him. She seemed to open up to the idea that he was going to be fired from the job and would go along with any idea of doing something to crush his spirit. She asked me what I'm going to need in order to put my plan in action. I turned to her and motioned towards the pizza and that it was getting hot on my hand and she had me bring the pizza inside so we could discuss the plan. She asked about Steve's car, and I told her that it was actually a coincidence and that I was borrowing his car because mine broke down, and I just needed to run an errand while he stayed back at the shop. We worked out a devious plan to set up Steve and ate some pizza while I talked about his downfall. When all of this was done, we slept together, and 20 minutes later, on the way out of her house, I stole $500 from her wallet without her noticing. Came back into the car with Steve who looked furious as I had taken so long. But then I showed him my fortune. Believe it or not, me and him are good friends to this day.